What's up, Avon? For real, what's up? You still trade every day? That's what's up. Yeah, for the most part. Nah, nothing new. Same old, same old. Let me see. I might get into longs here if this 2-minute flips bullish. Just the 1 to 5. 1 through 5. Yeah, well, I use the 1 hour as, 1 and 4 hour as a reference, but my entries are based on the 1 and 2, basically. Let me see if I do this. I kind of don't like this forming like a little flag like this, but this hit, this hit, this hit. Let me just wait this out. Of the 15, below the 4. That's technically what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I mean, technically it's yeah, I kind of don't have a job. Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, my dad has a worker now. So, or technically back then it was not really yeah, I'm gonna enter 2 longs here. But no, I was saying back then it was just like once a week kind of thing, or like a couple times a week where I would have to help my dad at work, but he found a worker now, so I'm only working whenever the other guy is like either can't come in or whatever. Yeah, it is a team that everyone does, but it's like per worker. It's only 1 worker per installer, if that makes sense. Yeah. But nowadays, I don't work with them anymore. My target here is gonna be high a day. Yes. Today's open. Yeah, today's open on NQ at 25,450s. Yeah, so I'm looking for the same exact thing. So I'm looking for a sweep, which is a key level getting swept, right? Basically, my model is just reversals. Like I trade reversals. I trade when price breaks a key level, and then it just what is it? It grabs it and then it pushes it towards a different direction. But it has to come with obviously a shift in market. So then like I want to see The reason why I entered right now versus earlier was because it dropped down lower and then it made a new high. So I don't know if you mark out Asia or London lows, but it took it out, retested it. Although it's making a flag, my my setup still was there. So let's just see what it is. And if it isn't, then we'll see. We'll see if I get taken out or not. No, it's the same exact criteria every single time. I need like five confirmations every single time, if that makes sense. Like five things I look for in every single entry. Yes, it's the same as context because it's part of the context. So for example, one of my criterias is it has to follow the higher time frame trend, right? That's technically context too because if I'm looking at the 1 minute and I'm longing, right? And then I'm looking at the 15 minute, if the 15-minute bar is in like a bullish bar towards the direction I want to go to, it's kind of conflicting. But if you look at the 15-minute right now, you see that big hammer bar right there, or the big like just like I don't know how to describe that. It's like a wick bar to the upside, right? That means it's already wicked down, take out Asia low. So there's a chance. Obviously, it's not 100%, but there's a chance that it could go up again. But if it's like a down bar, then it's kind of like counter. It's like counter trade, you know. So it's just has to like lined up. Yeah, it's the same thing. I still look at the candlesticks. The candlesticks is what makes it the most, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't like how it's slow like this. I was expecting a faster move, honestly. I don't I don't like this. Hmm. Should go. Let me see. ES. Oh no, ES has a higher high. Is there any news today? No, right? The 17th. Oh, at 6 p.m. though. Okay. This two. Okay, so this is. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but I actually started looking into the ICT or whatever, and I try to apply it to like basically um, regular price action, which is what I look at, like just the candlesticks. And if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. But only if you use it in the right context. Like you can't just take ICT without any prior knowledge. It's just not going to make any sense. Yeah, like didn't you start off with ICT? Is that what you said? What were you learning? Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. I see. I think ICT's like terminology works in a sense of like if you take one or two things and then like you try to make sense of it with back testing, then you're like, oh, okay, so this is what he means by the because there's so many fair value gaps on the chart, right? Like, how do you know which one to take? Right. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see. So your confirmation is basically if it worked, then I would just keep looking for that same exact thing again. That's good. Yeah, I don't like how this is moving right now. I might even exit early. Check out this though. Yeah, I want this to make a new high for me to stay in this. If it doesn't make a new high, I'm getting out. Wait, what about you? Have you been working or have you found a job ever since I last talked to you? Oh, wow. You said last time I talked to you, you were like you were doing something. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Some storage stuff, like move some stuff around or what? Oh, damn, bro, that's risky, bro. I see. Whatever gets the bread, though, bro. Wait, weren't you doing like DoorDash for a while? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, which platform are you using? Oh, Tradeify straight to funded. Right. How much is the straight to funded for yours? That's not. And then is it like payout every like 5 or 7 trading days or whatever? I see. Dude, Top Step is low key been a little weird too. No, I heard like their platform's like shit, whatever. Yeah, yeah, Top Step X or like their server is always down or some bullshit like that. Right now, I'm using funding ticks. It's pretty good. I think their process is very easy and their UI is very clean. Yeah, I'm stacking accounts right now. Four. I have four TPT accounts or funding ticks accounts, and then two take profit accounts. Spam? What do you mean? No, 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 no. I'm using the same one. Um, for like for funding ticks, right? The reason why I have an extra one is because every time you request a payout, your trading gets disabled for like 3 days on that account. So imagine if you only had like two accounts, right? And then you request a payout. Now you're just stuck like either not trading or just like, you know? Yeah, 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 for sure. But that's normal. That's why I have another one just in case. But then like I'd rather have just like accounts that are past the eval, right? So I can just leave it there, you know? Yeah, because right now I have four that's funded and then two that I'm passing with the eval right now. So six, yeah, six total as I'm copying and trading it off my live one. No, so I figured it out. I was like, with you know what Trade Syncer is? It's just a copy trader. A copy trader that lets you copy like multiple different accounts with one leader account. If that makes sense. So basically, right now my leader account is my live account, but for that live account, I size down to one contract, right? I size down to one contract. So whatever I see on my trading view is just one contract. But on the other accounts, it's up to like six contracts. But I don't see those price swings because I only see one contract. And then in my head, it's just like it's just one contract. You know, I don't you don't get scared out of your position. that's what that's what helped me size up. Honestly, like the whole time on the screen, I only see the P&L for one, but in reality, like the price swings are like way bigger on like the other accounts. But then the risk parameters are so different because you don't really like, for example, a $20 loss versus like a $200 loss is like different, right? But then compared to your account size and how much you can lose per account, it's not that big of a deal because the math is already there. Like, I'm not gonna lose more than like 6 or 7 times in a row. You know, like it just doesn't make any sense. But seeing those smaller price swings makes it easier on your mental, I think. No, maybe. Well, obviously, I'm not gonna do nothing less than 2R, or I'm not gonna do like a one R, you know. But it's mainly based on the chart right now. It's not so much. I'm aiming for 2R, 3R. It's just only where's my stop? Where am I gonna be wrong? And where is the nearest take profit? That's what I'm looking for. And usually it falls between like 2 to 3R, or 2R. Yeah, 2.5R. But then again, I only take like 1 to 2 setups a day. If I'm right the first time, I'll look for another one. But for most of the time, I don't take more than two. Yeah, I don't enter more than two twice a day. Yeah, that's the move for the past couple months. I because the what I need to see is a sweep of a like a higher time frame level, right? And if you think about it, the market doesn't sweep more than like 2 3 levels a day, unless it's like a super volatile day. But even then, like it's not gonna, it doesn't sweep that many levels a day. Like today, it's probably gonna just take out Asia low. If we're lucky, previous day high. But there's no way it's gonna take previous day high and the other previous. Let me see this. ChatGPT. Yeah, I did it before on Grok AI. But they basically, yeah, I inputted my log, and I'm not hating on ChatGPT, but it's low-key inaccurate. Like they don't read your data correctly, even if you give it to them exactly like that. Like they and it's very, what do you say, like they give you good insight as in what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, but it's just notes at the end of the day. It's not gonna, in my opinion, I don't think it's like very helpful anyways, just because you need to be able to think for yourself and what you're doing wrong. Maybe someone outside can tell you that's good, but when you reread your notes and stuff, it's basically just emotion. Most of the time your mistakes are just emotion. Like yours is like fear. ChatGPT is not going to tell you when to not be scared. You just gonna have to like think for yourself when it just takes time. Yeah, I don't think it's just helpful insight, but yeah, right, right. Like like actual stocks. What do you learn? Like what are you learning? Like which part of it? Like just like where you learn? Just YouTube, or like is it like a course, or what do you mean? Oh, like you're trying to learn, like you're trading stock. Oh, like you're charting stocks now. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's basically just the same thing. Like QQQ is just um or NQ is just QQQ and ES is just SPY. The same thing. Moves the exact same. It's just different contract and different like multiple, like contract multiple. Right. Wait, did you not start off with stocks to begin with, or would you start off with? Oh, you start with forex. Yeah, I remember I started off with options as well too. Somewhat, sure, for sure. Like news on them, because someday like there's different catalysts that just boost the hell out of that. News is a pretty important factor for stocks too, and earnings and that stuff. There's not much news in futures though, just besides like obviously like CPI, FOMC, but those days like kind of people already know not to be trading that anyways, you know? No, but I've heard like everyone's like trying to trade nowadays. Wait, who? That's crazy. But you know, like but when back then when everyone started too, like when the first wave of it during COVID, everyone was saying the same shit. Like, yo, like everyone's trading nowadays, you know? Maybe it's just the same thing, except we've already been here. That's why we think it's so many, you know? Yeah, but the funny thing about the market is like it that shit just never gets saturated. There's no way. Like no matter how many people, it just there's just more volume at the end of the day, you know? I think I think it would not fail in the sense of like won't work anymore, but there's something that you have to change always. That's what that's what's been true for the past year. Like there's no way you're gonna think the same in all contexts. Like your your criteria can be the same, but the context, like you said, it has to be like something a little bit different because market changes, right? Every single season it changes. Like it changes every single quarter. Like there's no way the market just moves the same. There's sometimes when there's low volume, you're gonna have to have more context. For the most part, yes. Like, dude, everyone has to change the way they see the market throughout the year. Like, I think that's just a given because every what is it? I forgot what it was called. Yeah, the market doesn't change. It's not, it hasn't been the same. It's been changing. Yes, yeah, yeah. Adapt to it, not in a sense of like change your whole strategy, but like just adapt to how it moves and set your risk differently and like how much you can risk and like how wiki it is compared to like previous times, like just like smaller stuff like that. Well, like if I see a setup, yeah, I would. I definitely would. I mean, I would do it in Asia session too, but the only thing about Asia session is that it doesn't. take out any key levels from my key levels, or only the highs and lows. That's why I limit myself to those many trades a day. But if you could take like a different approach to it, you can, dude. Price moves the same every single day, like every single hour. It's just more volume in certain times. But in order to keep myself from like over trading, revenge trading, I tend to do better when I just take one or two, even if it's just a loss. Like take to the chin and move on. I think the more trades I try to enter per day, the more I get stressed out and the more I don't think correctly. That's why I only limit it to the highs and lows before taking entries. But you're right, like price can move the same throughout the whole entire day, depending on what you're trying to look for. Yeah, it's pretty choppy right now, right? Yeah, that's the biggest thing right there. Thinking that you're gonna miss out. Sometimes when I wake up late, I still don't give a fuck, and then eventually like, the setup just comes. Like later in the day, who knows? Like it might hit a key level. In the morning, there's only one key level that it usually hits, which is the nearest higher low for me, and that's the only time I'll take it. Like for example, today was Asia low, but with this price action, this shit not going nowhere. I wanted to see it move very quick once it already hit that, but it didn't. So I was like, yeah, this is not looking too good. I think my next trade is gonna be a prior day low. Yeah, I think so. They're still good. Yo, you still dabbing it up, hella? Going to Japan? Oh shit! What? With who? Your family? No way. How much was your ticket? 700 for the flight? How much was your like for the stuff there, like hotel and stuff? Oh, so the flight was only 700, and then you spent. Yeah. Did you guys eat like at like, restaurants or just like at like a pop up shop? Wait, which city did you go to? One now. Shinjuku's like the main where the touristy shit is at. for the Chinese tech drip, bro. Damn, I want to go to Japan. Sounds pretty fun. Really, you like it that much that you would go back? Oh, you guys stay for a month? My. Wait, so you only. What was so fun about it? Was it like the food, the culture? What was it? What was cool? The people? Right. Really? And everyone's just kind of like, you're all. Oh, I see. Is it true that it's hella clean over there? Holy shit! I heard the public restrooms over there are like hella like cleaned and like no way. Actually, yeah, that's insane. Damn. Yeah, Johnson went to China. This just goes to show like Asian countries are so much fucking more elite than like America. Even though we live in America and like we're like whatever, we have a bunch of freedom and shit. You know, their quality of life is a lot better in Asian countries. I'm pretty sure. Right. Yeah, and it's yeah, and as fucked up as it sounds, like sometimes people are not always right. You know, like the if you listen to the mass, you're never gonna get the you're gonna get the socially correct answer, but it may not be the one that fits for everyone and like for the well-being of your country. Right, right. I also want to go to Europe. Europe sounds maybe like some fucking party town like Amsterdam. Actually, no, not Amsterdam. Fuck that. Fuck Amsterdam. I don't know. Somewhere like yeah, Germany. But then Germany's so common. You know, maybe some like niche ass fucking like yeah, like some shit like that. Or fucking like Copenhagen. What the hell's that? Copenhagen. Sounds pretty lit. It just depends. Like if I go to like a city place, like for example, if I go to like New York, right? I'm expecting city life. But if I go to a place where it's like rural and kind of like just like towny, like small town kind of vibe, then I would just want that, if that makes sense. Like I'm pretty flexible with what I like. I'm not like a city only kind of person. Yeah. Like there I like that too, don't get me wrong. Like I fucking love that shit. But if it's like I'm going on vacation solely for like exploring, then that's what I would want to only do. Like not only do, but like I would rather do that than be in a city. Like I'm not gonna go to a rural place and then look for the city to do the city stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, it looks like if priority low doesn't get taken out here and it doesn't reject, I think my next trade is gonna be at London lows. But I want to see a market shift. I need to see some other candles. Yeah, my B adjusted is on. I don't know why I've always had it like that. Because I think I don't trade the I don't chart the contract. I chart the actual like index itself, if that makes sense. I used to chart the contract, like M&Q H6 whatever, but I switched over to the exclamation mark one. Really? Wait, how's it different? It shouldn't just be the same. Yeah. What? Try refreshing your chart. It should be the same for both if you have like the split screen, whatever. No, not so much. Just been chilling. Just been chilling. I actually haven't been snowboarding yet. Dude, it's like the snow is shit. Yeah, I'm planning to go Colorado this season though, but I'm just not too sure when. Dude, Bear Mountain's like super dry right now. Yeah, ES already took out yesterday's low, so I'm thinking NQ might follow. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, ES could be here. I'm thinking about it. Straight to funded might be the move, bro. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I was like, wait, so you don't have to go through like the whole eval process, but then the only downside is that you just pay more. That's technically the only downside. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I'm trying to see which firms offer that, and the Tradeify offers that. I think Funny Ticks also has a zero plan. You know the funny thing about these prop firms, dude, that like right after you pass the eval, it's not like you can withdraw right away. You have to pass the buffer zone and then you can withdraw. So like for my 50K account, right? Once you pass eval, you have to make like 2.5 whatever, and then let's say you make um okay, so now they reset your account, right? Like let's say you're funded, and they reset your account back to 50K, and then from 50K you have to make um your drawdown, which is, for example, if you have a drawdown of $1,000 before you lose the account, you have to make $2,000 in profit, and then anything above the $2,000 you can withdraw. Yeah, no. For Tradeify, you have to be above 52. So you have to make 53,000 in order to make 1,000, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's a with every single prop firm. I'm pretty sure yours has that too. You just gotta look in their frequently asked questions and double check. Because I was confused on that shit first too. I thought that once you're funded, if I make 20 bucks, I can pull out 20 bucks, but yeah, it's not that simple. Right, but some they don't have consistency rules. So I mean, right when you're funded, you can just full on pass that buffer zone and then start withdrawing. But for me, I'd rather just trade how I trade normally in the evals with the thing, and then just wait till after 2K. But yeah, that's a thing no one ever thinks about, that buffer zone. This shit's straight free fall right now, bruh. Holy. It could go to yesterday's low, like prior day low, like on the 25th type shit. November 25th low. November 25th low. No, but honestly, the ATR for NQ is pretty wide. It honestly could go down there, but I think the chances of it going down that low is very unlikely. I think the ATR is like, especially on a I don't know. You can never predict, dude. The market does whatever. But I think here would be a good time for it to either slow down or, but I don't think it's gonna continue free falling. Let's see. High, low. Yeah, it could right here. Let me see. I honestly wanted to make a lower wick first on that 15-minute. Yeah, I kind of wanted to break that low before going up. Yeah, I wanted to take out this low right here and then wick up before I enter longs. This looks too risky. I technically enter on the pullback of the breakout. So I want to see this show a sign of reversal first, right? I want to see it make that initial move, then pull back, and then that's where I enter the long. But not on just a reversal. I think that's too risky. Yeah, if it were just to go up like this, I still wouldn't enter because I need the 15-minute to show a bottom wick, especially with the bullish bar, if you see what I mean. Like, you see how that white bar is still kind of like an inside bar? I want that white wick to just drop under, make a wick, and then push up, which is more likely. But Yeah, yeah. Make a new low and then reverse. Like I don't like that. I don't like how that bearish bar is the low. Like I want the white bar to be the low, if that makes sense. Before I enter on the lower time frame. Because if you think about it, right now it could still go down. You know, it could still go down. So I kind of want to see. Yeah, we have 12 minutes left in this candle, which is good. Oh yeah,
But it's just more for like journaling purposes.
where are you streaming on?
YouTube. Oh shit, but it wasn't. Yeah, I stream every day now.
No way.
Yeah.
Homie's a streamer now, bro. That's crazy.
Just to journal my stuff.
Why don't you stream it on TikTok? Remember when I did that TikTok stream? That shit was crazy.
Bro, you had 100 viewers, bro. I think you could actually start printing if you were
I
consistent
know,
enough.
dude. I actually had 100 viewers. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, you get like
Become like an influencer and shit. That'd be so funny. I actually wouldn't mind doing that, but not right now. I don't know. I don't like putting my face out there.